Let's talk fast food. The most common question I get by far is how do you eat so much fast food? How do you eat so much restaurant food and stay in shape? And this is a good question because the fast food industry has been demonized by the media, and with good reason. At the end of the day, obesity rates have been skyrocketing the past couple decades. Super high calorie foods are incredibly accessible, but there are obvious appeals to fast food. Maybe you don't know how to cook, you don't know how to meal prep, so you want to eat out. Maybe it's the convenience factor. Maybe you just don't have time to cook. Maybe you're gonna be traveling, you're on the go, you're on the road, and you just need to stop somewhere because you're not at home. There are tons of logical reasons to eat fast food. In fact, the reason I got so acquainted with fast food is as a college student on a meal plan, I essentially had to diet down and get shredded only eating restaurant food. So if you're wondering, yes, it is possible to shred down on fast food, because I did an extremely intense mini cut starting looking like this, and in a couple weeks transformed to looking like this, solely off of things like Chick-fil-A, Papa John's, and Panda Express. So without further ado, let's get into it. If you don't want to watch the entire video, I'm gonna summarize it right here. Get the grilled chicken sandwich. Now that that's over with, there are a ton of videos on YouTube that say like, this is a good low calorie thing to get here, this is a good low calorie thing, but I'm going to account for two things that those videos don't. Number one, I'm gonna give you good tasting shit, because why eat food that doesn't taste good? Why pay for it? And number two, I wanna make these good options not just for the general person wanting to lose weight, but for those who have lifting in mind. So I'm gonna give you like good high protein options, or things that make good either pre-workout meals or like recovery meals. So I'm going to cover my personal order while dieting from several fast food restaurants. You could probably already guess where we're gonna begin. McDonald's. So a lot of people actually love McDonald's. I personally actually don't really like the place that much. I really like their breakfast, but if I go there for like lunch or supper, the only thing that I really like getting there is the artisan grilled chicken sandwich. So this is like 360 to 380 calories, and it has 37 grams of protein. It's less than $5. It's pretty satiating, and it actually tastes really good. Now, as I mentioned, I like their breakfast, and now that they have breakfast all day, I'm also gonna throw this in there. They have the egg white delight McMuffin, which is essentially the McMuffin, but egg white instead of a normal egg. It's only 250 calories. That's as many calories as a Cliff Bar, but this feels a lot more satiating and a lot more like real food. And it comes in with 18 grams of protein, and honestly, it doesn't really even taste different from the normal McMuffin. Next up, let's move to their rival, Burger King. If you guys couldn't already guess, the first thing I would generally recommend looking at is the grilled chicken sandwich. Are you starting to see a theme here? Now, the thing with Burger King's grilled chicken sandwich is it comes with mayo on it, which I believe actually adds like probably 90 to 100 calories, because that's normally how many calories a serving of mayo is. So Burger King's grilled chicken sandwich is 470 calories, also has 37 grams of protein, just like McDonald's. So if you get that without mayo, I personally love mayo, but if you don't like it, this will actually help you out. It probably goes down to around 380 to 400 calories, still with the same amount of protein. Now, if you don't want to be boring and go for a grilled chicken sandwich just like everywhere else, I would get Burger King's 9-piece chicken fries. So this is 380 calories, and it gives you 21 grams of protein, and they're delicious, arguably. Next up, we'll cover one that you probably saw coming, Chipotle. Personally, I love the burritos, but if I'm really dieting really hard and I want to stay as low calorie as possible, I will get a burrito bowl, but I'm still going to get it with beans and rice just like normal. Now, some people skip the rice or they skip cheese, but I personally love both of them, so I keep them. So I get chicken, white rice, beans. I keep the cheese on there. I get the hot salsa, throw in some lettuce. The only thing that I don't include that I normally would when I'm bulking is sour cream and a tortilla, which makes like literally a 400 calorie difference. But my bowl comes down to around 650 calories, and it has like 48 or 50 grams of protein in it. Now, obviously that's just my personal order. If you're at Chipotle, don't listen to what I get what you want. Honestly, it's not gonna make a huge difference. The big calorie swaps that I have, I like sour cream, but normally in a bowl or burrito, I can't really tell if it's there or not. That makes about a 100 calorie difference. And if you get a bowl instead of a tortilla, the tortillas there are like 300 calories. So these are the big swaps that I make. All right, now on to Carl's Jr. So if you watch my most recent vlog, you'll see that I ate there for lunch, and no surprise, guess what I got? I got the grilled chicken sandwich, which is 370 calories with over 30 grams of protein, just like every other grilled chicken sandwich. But the non-boring suggestion I'll give you is their 5-piece chicken tenders. I'm a big chicken tender snob. I actually like the chicken tenders at Carl's Jr., and the 5-piece has 41 grams of protein. It's only 440 calories. Wendy's, I'm just gonna keep it boring. grilled chicken sandwich, 330 calories, over 30 grams of protein, next restaurant. All right, let's get into Taco Bell. This one's a little bit more difficult. So there actually are a fair amount of pretty low calorie things at Taco Bell, which a lot of people would find surprising. For example, one of the Locos Tacos is only 160 calories, which is a huge surprise to me and many others. But it only has 8 grams of protein. So what I normally get from Taco Bell when I'm dieting is actually 2 of the shredded chicken mini quesadillas. Now these are actually delicious. They are only 200 calories and they have 10 grams of protein. And on top of that, they are from the dollar menu. So for $2, you're gonna get 400 calories of food, 20 grams of protein, and it tastes good. So that's my diet Taco Bell order. Okay, next up is Panda Express. So Panda Express is pretty notorious as a high calorie restaurant because one serving of their rice is over 400 calories. So obviously we're gonna stray away from the rice. I'm gonna tell you guys to get a bowl from there. And in this bowl, you are going to get the grilled teriyaki chicken with mixed veggies as the base. Just one of these bowls is 380 calories, but that's with the sauce. So if you actually ask for no sauce on the chicken, it actually goes down to only 300 calories and it has 40 grams of protein. And because you're eating so many veggies, you're not only getting a lot of micronutrients and fiber, but it's actually really filling. Next up, Chick-fil-A. If you're lucky enough to live in a place that has Chick-fil-A and it's not Sunday, here's what I would get. All right, as always, grilled chicken sandwich. Guess what? It's over 300 calories, has over 30 grams of protein. I'll actually make a side note here. Chick-fil-A's grilled chicken sandwich is probably the best grilled chicken sandwich of all of these. So if you want to get that, actually go for it. It doesn't even feel like you're dieting. It's one of my favorite things on the menu. But I'm going to switch it up for you guys and tell you to get the 12-piece nugget. So this is 390 calories, but it has 41 grams of protein. So this actually gets the edge over the Carl's Jr. chicken tenders because that has the same amount of protein, but it's more calories. Just please, for the love of God, don't dip them in the Chick-fil-A sauce if you're dieting, because one packet of Chick-fil-A sauce is over 100 calories. Next up, Jack in the Box. Just for the sake of being interesting here, I'm gonna give you guys a burger. Order the Jumbo Jack from there. It's 490 calories and it has 26 grams of protein. So it's a pretty fair sized burger for less than 500 calories. Obviously chicken would be a better option, but just for sake of being interesting and giving you guys a burger, get the Jumbo Jack. Now I know the restaurant Subway is insanely popular for dieters everywhere. I would mention the Jared Fogle story, but let's just not talk about that. Anyway, the big caveat with Subway is if you get something like a foot long on the cheese bread, you slather it with Chipotle sauce, you throw cheese on it, you get double meat of the steak. Guess what? You have a 1,500 calorie sandwich. Now Subway is one of those places that has so many options that I'm not even going to give you guys a recommendation of what to get. It depends how many calories left you have for the day. It depends if you do things like intermittent fasting, how big of a meal, how small of a meal you want. At the end of the day, if I were to get something from there, it would probably be a foot long on the honey wheat bread. I'm not just saying that because wheat is healthy. I actually like the honey wheat bread from there. I would probably get the turkey breast. I would do double meat. I would skip cheese for now. I get light mayo on it, maybe some pepper, throw spinach, tomato, some vegetables on just for volume to help keep me full. All right, next up is InNOut burger. So a ton of people go to InNOut and they get what's called protein style, which is a burger just wrapped in lettuce instead of the bun. Now, if you really want to do this, if you want to eat low carb or super low calorie, but you really want InNOut, I guess you could. But what I'm trying to say is if you're going to InNOut, you're trying to splurge on a burger, why not just eat an actual burger? So personally, when I go to InNOut, I get a double, which is normally 670 calories, but I get it without the InNOut spread, which is kind of like the Thousand Island type sauce. I do this because of personal preference. I just don't like Thousand Island, but this actually saves 80 calories. So the burger goes below 600 calories, which for a double cheeseburger really isn't that bad. And you're still getting 37 grams of protein, which is just as much protein as you would get in one of these grilled chicken sandwiches, which are boring. Also 200 calories less, but boring. And last restaurant I'm going to throw in there, just because I'm from Canada, I have some followers from Canada, Tim Hortons. All right, number one, if you go to Tim Hortons and you don't get a maple dip, you're probably doing it wrong. That's 190 calories, highly recommend. Number two, I guess if you're trying to get real food from Tim Hortons, I would recommend getting the Tuscan chicken panini. So this is 560 calories, which is a little bit on the high end, but either way, 560 calories, it has 34 grams of protein. It's actually pretty good. So I would highly recommend getting one of those paninis, or even get like the grilled cheese panini, which is less than 500 calories, but still has 24 grams of protein. But seriously, if you're at Tim's, you might as well just get like an ice cap or a double, throw like a maple dip in there. Honestly, just get something good. good. So anyway, yeah, those are my orders from all of those fast food restaurants while dieting. So obviously we see the common theme of a grilled chicken sandwich being a safe bet, or like, you know, chicken fingers. I threw in a couple burgers there just to mix things up a little bit, add some variety. I obviously threw in Chipotle and Taco Bell orders in there. But at the end of the day, I just want to reiterate, this is what I eat while I am dieting, while I am losing weight. It's not necessarily what you should eat. I wouldn't recommend living off of fast food. It's probably not healthy living off super salty, fatty, processed food for long periods of time. Plus, I took a nutrition class in college and I just know how bad of an idea that is long term. But if you find yourself in a position where you need to eat fast food for an extended period of time, it's cheap, you're traveling, you have drunchies, anything, get these things. Or if once again, you know, a day rolls around where you have 1,000 calories left over and only one more meal, get something good. Don't get this shit. Treat yourself. You're more likely to adhere to your diet in the long term if you're able to treat yourself to foods that you actually like and want and crave. So yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope next time you're at one of these fast food restaurants, if you're trying to diet down, you can actually think and be like, oh, like, you know, Boon suggested this. If you have a friend who's a serial fast food eater and can't lose weight, I'd highly recommend sharing this video with them. And as always, I have a ton more content coming out. You can comment anything you want that you want to see from me, any feedback that you have. If this helped you out, I would highly appreciate a subscribe or a thumbs up. And I hope you guys learned how to eat fast food while shredding down. Thank you guys. My name is Boon. Thank you for watching.